Okay, we are back at Group B. A little bit more, energetic is a strong word, but a little more well-rested this time. Bluejax versus RadioRad. RadioRad newcomer here, and Bluejax has been here before, so we're going to see pretty much the same standard GTR into sandwich from Jax. I don't think that's all he does though. And RadioRad's going to be struggling a little bit here, but once again, the skill levels kind of clash in this format, so, but they aren't the reason why that they lose, so that is kind of the drawback, or the, you know. So, Bluejack's going to have a little more calculated movement, and RadioRad's going to be taking a little bit of time to decide what he wants to do, making more simplistic patterns like stairs as he's doing right now. He might go for it again. Yeah, more stairs from RadioRad, which is, you know, not always the worst thing in the world. Because, like I said, it's a simple pattern. Almost any Puyo player can, like, use it. I say almost everyone because, you know, sometimes stairs just kind of gets the better of people. And by some people, I mean me, but, you know. I don't really use stairs all that much. Or I don't really use stairs unless I'm just goofing around being a little bit silly. He does have the initial floor down, though, so that is something that we can give credit to RadioRad for. Unfortunately, Bluejax has just had a lot more experience on his side, so it's going to be it's going to be one-sided all the way through, but once again, this is how the pools work, because RadioRad's not going to be losing the tournament because of Bluejax, so I think RadioRad actually did pretty well in his in this run of the double elimination bracket, so itself. So soft spoilers, I guess you can say. But yeah, we kind of do this process so that way people can be in the right bracket and get matched up with the right people, because, you know, not everybody wants to be playing like pro level players all the time, and I totally agree. I understand. Especially if you're like someone who's not really all that seasoned into Puyo, so you need to give yourself the room to improve and everything. I don't really know how the volume. I did some tweaking to the volume settings of both my new mic and the game audio. So I turned like the I don't know what you call it, the dB, and like the advanced audio properties of my mic. I turned that down to 0 because it was on 1, but I think it sounds a little bit too overwhelming, I guess. So I just turned all the way down to its normal dB. Hopefully it's a little bit better. Obviously the feedback's not going to be applied until I record again, which will be when I record probably the bronze bracket. Or the rather match that we didn't get on stream for bronze bracket, so let me know. But obviously, if you're going to give me advice, please don't be an asshole about it. Like, that's gonna make people block you instead. Like, you know, just be like, hey, maybe a little less dB or a little less volume gain on this, and it'll be good. Because, you know, sometimes, like, I try not to change it a lot, but then, of course, sometimes it's just certain things just don't save on OBS, so it's kind of difficult to tell what is going to get saved or not, so I'm trying to make sure I'm a little bit more consistent. And like I said, this is a new microphone. My old one is, you know, it's just too irritating to use. So I'm just not going to bother with it. And it was a little bit more bulky, which I kind of minded because it did kind of suffocate my neck a little bit. That's really just a lot of that's just my personal preference though. I think kind of like the mic, how it sounded on like the old mic instead of this one, but you know, sometimes things change. For the better, or for the worse. And I guess RadioRad got a little bit unlucky with the yellows, because he just didn't basically get a lot of them to really finish that staircase, so he kind of just didn't really know what to do there. It's understandable. Might want to give that a quick look at. There's a lot of people who just really, for some reason, just hate GTR. I mean, I guess, I don't know. I don't know why people have to try to be, so contradictory to, like, what works for, like, most people. Like, if it doesn't work for you, that's cool and all, but you don't have to be like, GTR is the worst thing that's ever happened, and I hate everyone that uses it, and I hate using it. Like, bro, just relax for a second. Like, I understand why people are tired of seeing it, but if it works for a lot of people, then if it works for a lot of people and it's more consistent for them, they're gonna go with the more consistent option, you know? They're not gonna, like, now obviously knowing other chaining forms besides, well, GTR isn't really a form, it's a transition. But regardless, if people are going to, like, it's kind of hard to explain on the spot. but case of the matter is, people are just gonna use what they're comfortable with and what works for them, so you can't really antagonize them for doing that. That's kind of silly to do, especially in like a game like Puyo Puyo where, you kind of want more people to play, and you kind of want to make sure that beginners are comfortable and actually want to. You kind of want to make sure you don't just go into. I like Puyo, but I think you should stop doing this or some shit like that. I don't know. It's kind of weird to me. Anyways, well played from Bluejax and well played from RadioRad. We will be seeing them in the other matches.